All right. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all having an awesome night. Thank you for joining us for another CtD Tech Thursday. Please help me welcome in Mr. Ronald Hickland. How are you doing, Ron?
We don't need no intro, man. This is all like a family thing at this point. We're like 3 or 4 episodes deep. It's just join in and let's go.
All right. So
people all over the place.
Yep. Good evening, everyone. David, Manny, Ben, Mike, Joe, Daryl, Lee, Jason.
Yeah,
welcome on in.
Facebook. It's good stuff. Come on.
All right. So right at the top here, we are going to be revealing the official 2020 Team CtD staff jersey. This jersey is only available if you are a member of Creating the Difference staff. You can join staff for free on ctdbowling.com. All you have to do is fill out an application, review the code of conduct, make sure your profile is good to go, and we will get you added. And then you will have access to the Team CtD 2020 staff jersey. So we will have a guest, Ryan Ciminelli, joining us here shortly. But without further ado, you ready to reveal the staff jersey for this year?
Let's make it happen.
All right, let's do it. Let me bring this up here. So, the grand reveal. 3, 2, 1. Here is the official 2020 staff jersey. This design is called Paint the Lanes.
Dustin with his family.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
It's called Dustin with his family.
Yeah, that's me. Anyways, this is a staff jersey. That, of course, is not the staff jersey. But Paint the Lanes is the name of the design. Only available to members of CtD staff. Starts at a very low price, so take advantage of that. If you are on staff, if you're interested in joining staff, like I said, you can do so on ctdbowling.com. Available for a couple weeks, so you got some time. Get those orders in, and you will have your official 2020 staff jersey. So I will remove this share. We are back. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to put them into the chat. We can talk bowling, talk CtD, talk the new Education Center. If you did not see, CtD acquired a new center. It's called the Education Center, which is the old EBI Training Center. It is not a training center. It is an education center where you can, of course, come and become a better bowler. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them into the chat. Jason, the 2020 jersey will be up for about 3 weeks for sale, and then all orders will ship by August 1st. So you got some time. How is the, I know there's lots of renovation going on. How's that going with the Education Center?
It's good, man. We got some paint on the building. That's happening. We get ready to get on the inside and get to doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff coming, man. A lot of cool stuff coming.
Awesome. So stay tuned for more information on that. We will post that on the Creating the Difference Facebook page, as well as on the website, ctdbowling.com. And also keep an eye out on Ron's YouTube channel as well. We will be posting some videos very soon, some very preliminary videos for the bowling center portion is renovated. So there'll be content on the new YouTube channel very soon.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. This jersey is hot, by the way. It's kind of funny. We had this jersey. It's called Paint the Lanes. When did we have that jersey? 2 years ago?
That was a design when I believe it was a design when I was first hired, which was May of 2018. So
okay,
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's cool that it's come to the forefront now, and it always did look sharp though. So
yeah, it was definitely one of my favorites that I've seen. If you're just joining in, here is the new 2020 Team CtD staff jersey. Only available to members of Creating the Difference staff. So if you have any questions, bowling, anything, we could talk about it. Bring it on. I was able to bowl for the first time last Friday, and then I also bowled Monday. Was hurting anyways. So felt good to be back though, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I bowled a couple times since the whole thing happened. Haven't been able to bowl in the education center yet. Looking forward to being able to do that. So definitely will be doing that.
For sure. So you guys are great. I love everything that y'all do for bowling. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that, man. We're trying. Our whole deal is about trying to help bowlers become better. So we use education as the tool to do that primarily. And we got a lot more education coming. When you got your own 4 lanes, you can really begin to do some real good stuff in terms of teaching and showing and training. So looking forward to being able to do that.
Here's a good one. What's the best way to improve your mental game?
So I would tell you go check out. There's a guy by the name of Dr. Dean Hennitz. He is a sports psychologist, really, really good, sharp dude. Definitely knows his stuff, especially when it comes to bowling. That's a person I would look up. I think he's got a book or 2 out too as well. You can look up. That would be useful. And then really, I think a lot of the mental game stuff, you can actually either read up on it from other people, right? Like I mentioned, or one of the other techniques that you can try that I've seen people have success with is just by working with somebody like one of your buddies. You and your buddy go out and you go bowl 2 games or 3 games, whatever it is, but you put yourself in pressure situations with each other. And make it have the real feel. I'm gonna bet you $10 or $5, whatever. But that's how you begin to see what you do under those type of situations. A little bit of money and it's just your friend. It allows you the opportunity to not really hurt you, but yet give you that same kind of feel to give you ideas on things to try. And then you can experiment. I can tell you one thing that I do. It sounds kind of weird, but when I'm in a real high pressure situation or whatever, I actually will vocally sing when I'm on the approach. And I actually sing, nobody can hear me singing because they're all behind me, but singing toward the pins because it takes my mind off of what I'm doing, just letting my body do what it's got to do, just execute. So that's a little tip that I do. And I found a lot of success doing that. And that was just me, trying different things, being in pressure situations. And I was like, well, why don't I just sing a song and see if that does anything? And sure enough, pat. I was like, okay, that's going to be my little trick then. So there you go.
I mean, it's a good trick to have. Like anything to silence your mind is great, whether it be something you look at, something you do physically. Having that mental trigger is super important, not only for that specific day, but over time. Because once you find yourself doing something that's like, oh, that's my trigger, I'm going. And it sets you in the mindset of this is the shot I'm going to throw, and I'm going to do it right now.
Yep.
Okay. So I can pull this up. What strategy should you use to attack the Kegel highway to hell pattern?
Start praying. You don't want to go to hell. You start praying.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, highway to hell is really hard. I might need to go look it up. Let me go see the details on it real quick. Keep asking other questions. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you buy the jersey, right, you can get a sleeve and you can get a ball bag. We got a single ball bag, too, you can get with that, too.
Yep.
Make sure everybody knows that information. Let me go look up Highway to Hell real quick.
Sure.
Keep going.
So Frank brings up a good point. Another advantage to being on CtD staff is we are doing a squad at the Derby.
We are.
So how are teams filling up for the tournament? Would love to go, but still currently shut down. There's still room. So if any of our staffers are interested in joining in, I've posted in the staff group a link to sign up. So Frank, if you're able to, we'd love to have you there. CtD Derby tournament weekend coming at the end of July, early August.
Yikes.
What's that?
This pattern is 2-1, bro. It's flat.
Mm-hmm.
So Highway to Hell is flat. It's 40 feet, 23 mils. So that means a lot of oil. That means it is hard. So hard, a lot of oil, 40 feet normal distance, right? That's medium distance. So really, traction balls are the balls you're going to want to use. You're going to want to have some surface on that ball to slow it down. You need to slow it down in the oil for sure, so that when it comes out of the pattern, it doesn't go sideways. If it goes sideways, you're in trouble. You won't have any clue where your ball's going. So definitely want to stronger balls, maybe ASIMs. If you're not two-handed, if you're two-handed, probably not an ASIM, probably a stronger symmetrical ball. Definitely with some surface, and you want to play more toward the middle part of the lane, right? Oh no, that's not true. Your break point is probably somewhere between that 10 and 15, somewhere right in there. Yeah, right around in there. 10 and 15 is your starting break point, and that'll get you going the right way. And you're gonna have to really control your speed, because at 24 mils, you're gonna have to control your speed, a little bit faster speed at that much volume, ball gonna blow right through the break point. So definitely want to make sure you want to have your surface right, have your speed slower than maybe a little bit more than normal, and then like I said, you definitely gonna want to pray on this mill. This pattern's not easy.
I mean, for the pattern itself, there isn't really that much volume. 24.7 mils. So I mean, it's not low volume, but it's definitely not high volume. So staying ahead of the moves is definitely going to be key on that one. That one's not going to give you any wiggle room to be 3 frames behind.
Nohelp.com, bro. Nohelp.com.
All right. Let's find another question.
We got questions. Lots of questions now.
Yes. Will there be ball drilling classes at the education center?
There will be ball drilling classes at the education center. I know everybody wants to call it training center because everybody else is called training center. Ours is going to be called education center, and there's a real reason for that. The real reason is because we're going to do things a lot differently than everybody else. So lots of details coming soon. We just got to get through what we're doing. We've got 2 high-quality drill presses there, one to drill on, one to teach on, or vice versa, or both can be drilled on, or both can be taught on. But we will have opportunity for people that want to get taught how to drill bowling balls. We will be able to offer that, or even pro shops that just want a little refresher or want to get better. One of our big things, though, is I don't like a lot of the stuff that exists now is super expensive. So unless you're rich or you can get a loan, it's hard to be able to leverage. I don't want to do that. I wanted to make it more affordable to people. So ours is going to be a little different. That's all I'm going to tell you at this point. It's going to be a little different.
All righty. So let's go to the next question. How do you know when to move or change balls when the lanes break down? To both of us. So personally, I'll go first. I, of course, want to chase it left. I'm right-handed. So I will move to the left as much as I can. Now, if I see the ball start to wiggle, that can mean one of 2 things for me. It's either 1, not hooking, or 2 is burning, which means it's using all of its energy, which is super, super hard to to know which is which. So sometimes it's a gut reaction. If I see that it's getting down lane and it's just kind of laboring, then I'm going to go something more continuous or angular. Of course, depends on what ball was in my hands first. So if I see it start to labor down lane, I'm going to probably change balls. If I see it continuing really well, I'm going to chase it left. What do you think about that?
No, I think that's a solid plan too. For me, your ball will tell you when it's time to move, right? A lot of times the pros, they'll tell you that they may still be striking, but they'll look at how they're striking and use that as a way to stay in front of the transition or stay in front of those moves. A lot of times, like Dustin said, it's a lateral move, especially on a house shot. It's definitely lateral moves. But if you're bowling on flatter patterns, you may have to stay in the same zone and go front to back, which means ball speed, surface, those kind of hand position, those kind of changes to be able to make sure that you stay in the same zone, but allow your bowling ball to give you a little bit of room, not a lot of room, but a little bit of room, especially on those flat PBA patterns. Those guys on tour are really good at doing that.
Mm-hmm. Like you mentioned, it's super important to watch how your ball goes through the pins, whether it's, for me, exiting over the 8-pin or deflecting towards the 9-pin. That's super important to look at, and not very many people do.
What about when you leave that soft 5-pin, Dustin? What do you do then?
If I'm leaving a soft 5-pin, I'm probably packing up and leaving.
Packing up and leaving. I did watch a guy leave a 5-pin one time, and he was so mad, he grabbed the ball, went to the trash can, pulled the top off, threw the ball in the trash can like it was the ball's fault, and put the top back on it, and then went back up there and grabbed a different bowling ball and left it there. That was it. He was done with it. I was like, wow. All
right. That's an interesting way to handle it. Yeah. Going back to our mental game question, not the strongest mental game.
That's right.
All right. Does cover stocks really matter from pearl to solid, etc.? Is it all about surface you put on it with a true cut pad?
So what I'll tell you is pearl, solid, hybrid. Those are marketing terms primarily. You'll see some people say that those things matter. I can tell you in the majority of the cases that I have experienced, they used to matter back in the day. They don't matter nearly as much. You see pearl balls, where it gets funny is most pearl balls are shiny and most solid balls are dull. And that combination is what creates the difference. I just said our company name.
Yeah.
Look at that. But not necessarily. That's not what really matters. It's the fact that the surface is what's creating the real change in the bowling balls. So what I would say is, in the overwhelming majority of cases, you could have a solid ball, shine it, a pearl ball, sand it, and it's going to roll the same. And we got several videos where we used a robot to kind of validate that, showing that the balls roll the same when they're in the same surface. So the surface definitely matters. Does cover stock in general matter? Absolutely. Cover stock is an important component of ball reaction. Obviously, reactive balls with more than polyester balls because of the cover stock, irregardless of surface. We got videos on that too.
Okay, will you be doing weekend boot camp type courses at the education center where people can come out of town for a whole weekend of instruction?
So later we will. Our first initial thing is going to be getting it where we want it, and once we get it where we want it, we'll start with some in-house videos. We're going to do a lot of education. We wanted to hit as many people as possible on the front side. A lot of broad, general videos that kind of just do lots of educational type stuff first. Once we get that done, then we'll go back to our staff. They'll get first dibs on signing up for courses with us, signing up for training sessions, that kind of stuff. Then we'll go to general public through our normal Facebook page. We'll have a special tab on our Facebook page for signing up to be able to do like a boot camp or to be able to do like a day or a weekend type lesson. And same thing for like college teams or international teams. Anybody that wants to train with us will be able to do that, which is going to be useful because we're going to have some unique technology there that nobody else has that will really be able to help speed up how quickly you get better.
All right, we have quite a few of the same questions, so I'll go ahead and just put this first one up. This is from Benjamin. What's up, Ron and Dustin? Hello, Benjamin. I won't be bowling for another month. What is the best way for me to get the rust off when I get back to the lanes? We also had a couple people ask about regaining strength. That's from Abe. And then we had Kaylee ask, any advice on getting back into bowling after a long break?
Yeah, so a couple things, right? First and foremost, you're going to need some tape. More likely your hand's going to shrink, which means your holes will all be big. So some tape for sure. You'll want to make sure you do some stretching before you bowl. Those muscles haven't been used in that capacity or form in a while. So you want to make sure you do some stretching before you bowl and after you bowl. And then last but not least, just remember that you've been off. A lot of times people take the break, they come back and they get frustrated very, very easily because they're not bowling like they were. And you got to remember, you got to kind of get back into it again. So don't beat yourself up too bad if you miss some corner pins. I can tell you right now, the first game that I bowled, I think I missed 3 7-pins, which I was angry. I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, bro, you ain't bowled in 3 months. What do you expect? You know what I'm saying? It's not the spare ball. It isn't anything other than you just not going through the motions. So, next game I bowl a lot better. And you just start remembering those kind of things. It'll come back. It's like riding a bicycle, man. Once you learn how to do it, you've been off it for a while, you come back. You may fall once, but after once or twice, you'll be back to riding again just fine.
Yeah. I don't want to toot my own horn, but the 2 times I bowled, I haven't missed a single pin.
Boy, you better knock on some wood. Or, man, you about to go, woo! That's the wrong thing to say.
But I'll also add to that. Make sure you stretch really good as well. I made the mistake of not doing that, and 3 balls in, I was like, oh, geez, this is not going to be good. So just make sure you stretch. You haven't picked up a 15 or 14-pound ball in 3 months, so just allow your body to prepare for it as much as you can.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the best thing you can do. Like I said, tape, stretching, and not getting too upset.
For sure. All right. Hey, Ron, congrats on the new facility. Would love for you to come back to Huntsville on the Redstone Arsenal lanes and do another session on ball service and dynamics. Now, how do I become a staff member?
What's going on, James? James is a good guy, man. He's a real good guy down in the Alabama area. And it's easy to jump on the staff, man. Dustin, we got a little link we can put in there. Matter of fact, we'll put the link in the questions. You can join. Regional staff is free to join. I encourage everybody to do it. It doesn't hurt you. It gets you in our little private group. That's where all the information happens. A lot of free stuff we do in there. It's just useful, right? It's just useful. Then if you like what we're doing, you can then go to the next level and join the national staff, right? National staff, it's a paid subscription every month, but you get unique items from us. Or Pro Shop, man. We got ProShopPricing.com. We'll go over there too. If you're a Pro Shop, you should join ProShopPricing.com. It allows you to get all of our products from us directly, and just try to keep things moving. We have a lot of new products that we're coming out with. They always show up there first, and that is a good thing for the Pro Shops that like what we're doing. So definitely, if you got a Pro Shop or know a Pro Shop, I'm gonna copy that link and put that in there too. Tell your Pro Shop friends to come on over to ProShopPricing.com. Check us out over there too. So just a lot of things, man. We're just trying to do whatever we can to grow bowling. Like at the end of the day, just trying to grow bowling as best we can. So there go the link right there to the staff.
Yeah, you can also go to CtDBowling.com. If you're on a computer, there will be tabs. Actually, I have it up. We'll go ahead and go through it. So here's CtDBowling.com. If you are on a PC, this is the homepage of CtDBowling.com. All you need to do is click Regional Staff Sign Up and then scroll down and then click this link right here, and that will take you to the application. Now, if you're interested in national staff, you can click this as well, but all you have to do is select national instead of regional. There's a drop-down menu on there. And then once you finish with that, click National Staff Sign Up and purchase a subscription here. So super easy to do. Brett, go ahead. You're going to say something?
No, you good.
All right. My struggle is wet dry. How do I adjust to that? I tried slowing down and my carry suffers.
So wet dry conditions is really ball motion, having the right ball motion in your hands, right? So if your ball's overreacting and underreacting, which is wet dry, you need a smoother ball. So I don't know what ball you're using, but you definitely probably need more surface, and you probably need a bowling ball that is less reactive, less aggressive, so that it doesn't overread the friction, overread the friction and underread the wet. That's the best way to kind of compensate for that. Slowing the ball speed down, that may exacerbate the situation a little bit more because it gives your ball more time to react, and you really need to cut the reaction time down. You need to smooth that whole thing out. So, if depending on your rev rate, depending on how you throw the ball, it's like I said, a little more surface to smooth it out. It could also be a urethane ball. Could be a urethane ball to really, really even everything out too. So, but that's the goal there. When you're balling on wet dry, first off, that's a terrible ball reaction to have, and second off, that definitely means whatever ball you're throwing, that's the wrong piece.
Yeah, the goal is to have it read in the friction, but if it read in the oil, but if it sees the friction, blend it out and not overreact, correct?
Yep. And you want to really pick one or the other, right? Like you either want your ball to be good, be okay in the oil, or be okay in the dry. If you gotta fight both, you would prefer to pick one. In that case, I typically try to go with the dry option. So I'll ball down and go to something that's weaker, and then get more up against the dry, knowing it won't overreact to it, hoping that if I yank it or get it in, it will hold pocket, and then I'll still be able to get something leavable, make something leavable.
Sure. So Matt, what layout is your favorite to put on a bowling ball? The question is for both of you. Do you guys use dual angle layouts? So personally, I honestly don't know the numbers for my favorite layout. Mine is usually pin above the fingers, and then if it's an asymmetric, put the mass bias next to the thumb. That's honestly my preferred. I don't know anything about layouts, so maybe Ron can go in more depth on that one.
Well, look, man, this is a great question. I'm glad you asked. Dustin, you have access to a slide presentation, right? Don't we got to create a different slide presentation where as a matter of fact, we got videos on that. But I'm pretty sure you got access to the slide presentation that we did where we talked about different layouts. If not, I'll go find the video and I'll go pull it up for you real quick too. One way or another, we'll be able to get you that information.
Let me look.
I'm looking for it right now. Yeah, that's a great question, man. So that's one of the big things for us, right? Like being able to educate people on layouts, being able to get them to understand what the layouts do, how they matter. Those kind of things are super, super important. So let me see real quick. I'm actually looking for it right now, but because we have a whole presentation on this. And what we do is we kind of talk about the hows, the whys, and the you find it?
Yep. You're on it too.
Oh yeah, that's it.
There's a specific slide you want me to start at?
Yeah, so jump down to jump down to slide 26, and you can pop it up over there, right?
Yep. Let me present this.
We can start over there. This is why you want to be in the group. So this was a presentation that we actually gave to the group, to the staff. So, the thing about this, you asked the question, like personal layouts or whatever. This is one of my personal favorite ones for a ball, which is the 45-530. But really, what we're showing you here is a way to get a type of layout. And I'm not going through the whole presentation, but we actually go through and talk about the bowler and what type of conditions he's bowling on and those kind of things in the presentation. And we give you 4 different layouts, and we call this one an angular type layout. Go to the next slide, Dustin. So the next slide he's going to show you, it's a continuous layout. This is the ball. This is what we pick. Go to the next slide. And now it's 45-4-30. And we talk about see the squiggly line there. We talk about what the squiggly line means. That's your access point, how it travels down the lane. Go on, keep on going, keep on going. So then this is our other layout. We call it a traction layout, 45 by 3 3/8 by 60. We show you that smoothly line again, which is how the bowling ball is going to go down how the bowling ball is going to track as it goes down the lane, not track, but how the access point is going to move as it goes down the lane. And we go through it and we explain all of this so everybody can have a good understanding of what the layouts do, how to use the layouts, and how to apply them to their game. Go to the next slide. Keep going. So we use Blueprint because it's a good way to show you how the ball's going to flare, to show you what the layout looks like, to give you a real good idea and understanding of the ball motion. So this is what we call the straight ball layout. A lot of people call it short pin, right? So this one is 90 by 1/2 by 60. And it's super, super tight flare pattern. You can see there, that ball's going to go fairly straight, no matter what kind of ball it is.
Right on your axis.
Yep, almost right there, dead on your axis, 1/2 inch off. So we do a lot of stuff like this. We got some two. I think there's a two. Keep going. Maybe there's a two-handed layout in there too. Maybe not. It's probably in the next version of that presentation. But this is the kind of stuff that we talk about in the group. So I see where Fred asked to talk about Afterpay. You want to talk about Afterpay, Dustin?
I'm trying to find the. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
So Afterpay is a brand new feature on the website as of this week. So what it is if you have a purchase over $75, you can use Afterpay. So Afterpay is a payment plan where you can pay for your purchase over $75 in 4 payments every 2 weeks. So, for example, if the purchase is $100, you'll pay 4 payments of $25. So you are committed to the full price, but you don't have to pay the full price at the very beginning. Like I said, it's every 2 weeks is the payment plan for Afterpay. Let me get back to my questions here.
So there's another option. We got lots of questions in here, Dustin.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where I was at. I'll just do this one for now. I believe he is waiting for Ryan to get here, but we'll answer this anyways. Jimmy asked your highest 3-game set. What's your highest 3-game set, Ron? You can go.
845. 845, baby. Woo! I was a striking machine that day. It was a fun day.
Mine is 7. I think it's 792. I had to strike in the 10th.
It's hard to get to 800, bro. It's hard to get to 800.
Strike in the 10th, and I split or mark in the 10th. I don't remember.
800 is hard.
Yeah, one day, hopefully.
What you talking about? You're going to do it in the education center. You're going to come in there. We're going to get you some education. You're going to be in the center, and you're going to shoot 300, 279, and you're going to have 221.
130.
No 130. No 130. 130. I shot 800 at TNBA shooting 290 last game.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to have them all.
Clutching.
Yeah. 800 on the dot, too.
Wow.
Woo, it was nice.
All right.
Waiting on Ryan. I've been messaging him, but I don't know.
What is your recommendation for a dry, light oil, angular ball?
I would be scared using an angular ball motion on a dry lane or a light oil lane because it's too reactive. You're going to get too much reaction, and then you may strike the first game, but by the time the first game's over, you're going to be in wet dry trouble. So I don't know that I would like to go that direction. If you're gonna go that route, if you're gonna go light oil, you need weaker products. Less performing products, I should say. Lower end balls from most companies, maybe not so high RG, maybe a little bit of a medium or low RG to control the reaction a little bit more, but nothing too crazy. You don't want that skid flip type ball on the drier type lane condition because it'll turn the wet dry real quick.
All right. Friend of CtD, Paul, good morning from Australia.
Yeah. What's going on, Paul? Hope you're staying safe down there, my friend. Paul is a real good friend of CtD. He is actually the CtD distributor Australia. So if you live in Australia, you make sure you check out my friend Paul Oakley down there. He's a real good guy. Takes good care of us. We take care of him, and I'm glad to see you on. It's gotta be some crazy time over there. It's gotta be what time is it over there where you're at, Paul?
I think it's 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's gotta be early. It's gotta be early. What else we got?
Well, this says 10:38 a.m., but that's okay.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Not too bad.
He wants to know what our PAP is.
5 1/4 over by 1/2 inch up. That's mine.
I think mine is 5 3/8 up, or excuse me, over, and then 3/8 up.
Makes sense.
Used to be a lot over, and then it went back the other way.
Yeah, it happens, man. It definitely can happen.
Where do you get the new jersey? Troy, it is posted in the staff group. I know you are a member of CtD staff, so you can find it there. I will pull up a picture for you if you want to see it again. Here is the staff jersey for this year. If you're just joining in, this is the 2020 official Creating the Difference staff jersey, only available to members of Team CtD. So Troy, that link is in the group. If you are interested in getting this jersey and not on staff, you can sign up for free on ctdbowling.com. So let's find another question. Keeps jumping on me. Do you guys bowl or go to nationals?
Yeah.
Easy answer.
Every year, man. I got like 21 or 22 years bowling nationals, believe it or not. Like when I go there now, they give me like a cane. You know what I'm saying? They're like, coming for his 20th USBC Nationals, Ronald Hickland Jr. And they said, here's your cane, so you can walk up there. And then they gave me, this is a true story. Well, that part's not true, but this part's true. They gave me a folder, and the folder was it wasn't a folder. It was more like I don't know. It was a nice folder type thing, and it said like 20 years plus of bowling nationals. So I've been bowling nationals since I was a kid, and still keep going. I'm gonna go this year too. COVID or no COVID, we still going.
Yeah, I was supposed to bowl. This would have been my first year. With how many times it's been pushed back, I just said I'm not going to do it this year. I'll just wait till next year. For my first time, I was going to bowl with some guys that I went to school with or bowled with at school. So I was looking forward to it. It was supposed to be May 8th and 9th, I think. But, of course, it didn't happen.
Dustin, we're going to figure out a way to get you in, man. We'll get you in with us somehow. I will figure it out, though.
All right.
Figure it out.
Do the strike sleeves come in different sizes when you're ordering your staff jersey?
Yeah, I saw that one like a few seconds ago when you said that, and I immediately got on the phone and made a little post about it. So, yes, they will come up with a sleeve. What we were going to do, we were going to match it to your jersey size, but it just needs to be a size. So don't worry about it if you went ahead and ordered one. We'll circle back around to the few people that have already ordered one, and we'll get their actual size. And it's being changed as we speak. It will be the size will actually be able to be selected when you get on there. So no worries on that.
Are y'all going to be doing training or coaching at the education center? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's what it's called, the education center, man. We give it our education.
Dwayne, has the staff jersey been revealed? Yes, I believe you would have saw it because your comment came in 5 minutes ago. So yes, we did. Okay. All right, let's show them again. Bam.
There it is. Woo, called Paint the Lanes.
Spicy. It's a spicy jersey.
Man. You see the lane there? You see the lane? That's pretty dope. The lane is actually there.
I have a jersey just like, well, not just like it, but it's got like paint on it. It's pretty cool. It was like my first like custom jersey. It's one of my favorites. I think it's in my room. But regardless, new staff jersey.
Yeah, official. 2020. Got to be a staff member to get that bad boy. There he is. I see it.
All right, the man himself.
There he is.
I got it. I figured it out.
Welcome.
I am bad with technology. I swear to God, man.
All right. Well, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. We had a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Before we were going, let me find it here. Here we go. Who was your favorite lefty to watch growing up?
Oh, that's easy. Parker by a mile. Parker was my idol from day one.
Ron, do you have one? I feel like the odd man out. I'm the only righty here.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. So a couple people actually. My favorite lefty growing up was actually Mike Albee. When he shot that, he did the move like this. Woo, he was in trouble when he did this move on you. You know what I'm saying? And then he shot.
He was just before my time though. Like he was finishing up when I was really starting to understand. So I didn't really get to see a whole lot of him.
Mike always shot 300 on TV.
Yeah.
Woo! He was in trouble. He
was playing like fourth arrow when he did it.
Yeah. Which, that's nosebleed section for us lefties.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not you. You're a professional. But me, that's nosebleed for me.
Just thinking about
it. So, just getting back to bowling, bowled a couple times already?
Yeah. I just got done practicing probably the fourth time that I've bowled since we got back. It was actually a really good session because there had been house balls going on in lane all day. I knew right away. Ball got to 40 feet and then just tried to make a turn and went the opposite way. So that's actually really good for me to see because I see that a lot. Not to that extreme, but I see that following guys like Butterf and Jesper. So it's always good for me to see that and practice on that. So I'm used to manipulating my hand and speed to try to get the ball to shape around that puddle down lane.
So what do your practice sessions usually look like?
When I'm at home, they're pretty basic. I mean, you can't simulate tour, not even the practice sessions.
Sure.
So for me, it's more about mechanics, just making sure that the timing still feels right and just repetition feels good and just to feel like you're sharp physically so that when you get out there, it's all about lane play. So for me, it's making sure that those mechanics are sound.
All right. So we got a question. How do y'all like Simonson throwing the backup ball?
I don't really have an opinion besides it's impressive. I mean,
yeah.
If you're capable of doing it, it's fair game. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to throw a ball, and he's capable. And if he thinks the left is that easy that he can get over there and do that and be effective, then so be it. And he's proved that more than one occasion that he can do that. So hats off to him.
I mean, Belmo did that at one point, right?
He tried. Not with the success that Simo did.
Sure. All right. Well, if you have any questions for Ryan, feel free to put them in the chat. He's here to answer your questions. But I will ask you this question, Ryan. What was it like to win your first title?
My first title. The first one was similar to the U.S. Open in that the feeling of relief was the main emotion. Like for the first one, it was, thank God that chips off the shoulder and you can move forward knowing that you do have a title. So the relief of finally getting one under your belt was a lot like winning the U.S. Open, where leading by that many pins at the U.S. Open and then still needing a triple to shut them out in the 9th and 10th. And when I finally got that, it was all relief. Like, you have to win the tournament twice. It's like, thank God it's over. It's not, you can't even enjoy it because it's just so grueling. And it's just more of a relief that it's finally done and that it turned out the way you wanted. And it takes a little while before it sets in, and then you can actually enjoy it and actually have euphoric feelings and the jubilation.
Awesome. Awesome.
I got a question for you, Ryan. You've been like everybody else, been kind of confined at the home. Tell me one thing that you've learned that you didn't know before this whole shutdown thing happened.
I have more patience than I thought I did. But when you're stuck in
a young family,
when you're stuck in a house with a 2-year-old and a newborn, you learn a lot about yourself. So I've learned that, I don't have to be so uptight. I don't have to be so wound up, and that I have more patience. I have it in me. So just a matter of deciding to do that. And with the family, it's not even a question. But now if I can do that and apply that to bowling, I think that'll definitely add to my success.
Awesome. Yeah, man, you got a young family. 2-year-old and a newborn. Woo, you get no sleep. No sleep. I remember when Chloe was a baby, man. Woo wee. It's like, and then you get that point to like where you're like just take her. Like just take her for just a little bit. Let me just get like a 20-minute nap. Like I just take 20 weeks over here and I'll be good. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine. And you doing it with woo wee.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's definitely out of yourself that you didn't know you had.
All right.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Congratulations on the newborn too.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool to hear that.
Even with dealing with all that, it's amazing that you can love someone more every day like that and want to beat your own head in, but still want to hold them so tight. It's a feeling that parents know.
Yep. You listening to what he's saying, Dustin?
Yeah.
He's giving you tips over there, Dustin. He's giving you some tips. Dustin got cats right now.
Yeah.
He's working his way up.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
No. That's not what it's out. He's married. Dustin's married, right? Got a couple cats. I mean, it's just progression, bro.
Bro, I'm just living that cat dad life right now.
I hear you.
All right.
We got some more questions on here?
Yep. So, Ryan, do you still have those custom shoes Gary Faulkner did for you?
I do have them still, yep. They don't have too many games on them either because I've been really trying to stretch my TPUs because those Brunswick shoes were the most comfortable thing that I've ever put on my foot. And I loaded up with them before they stopped making them. So I'm down to my last 2 pairs, them and the pair that I've been using. So, I still got them, love them, and hopefully they last a little while.
What kind of – is it just like a design on the shoe?
Yeah, so we did our wedding colors. They're black and bright blue.
Oh, okay.
And, so we actually were able to use some of the actual black shoe, and we also put my name on the side of them as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, pretty cool touch.
Nice. What's your game day meal?
Oh, that depends. I'm bowling. Usually when we're on tour and we got to get up early in the morning, me and Sterner room together, he got me hooked on Cracker Barrel.
Really?
So we like to try to find a Cracker Barrel and go there.
What you get from Cracker Barrel?
It's kind of like a poo-poo platter. A little bit of everything. Yep, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, like what? Like what does that mean? They serve breakfast too. Are you mixing breakfast in there?
Like all the breakfast, like sausage, bacon, hash browns, pancakes, eggs, toast, just a little bit of everything.
So that's why it's called a poo-poo platter, because you're gonna be having a poo-poo after you eat all this stuff.
Yep.
Oh my. This is taking a different turn, isn't it, Dustin?
I'm just gonna be thinking about just poo-poo platter.
Every time you have a meal now that you have like more than 4 things on your plate, you're gonna be like, oh, poo-poo platter.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my. Ron, when I come down there, I'm gonna be like, Ron, poo-poo platter tonight or what?
Ron,
We're going to line them up for you, man. We're going to line them up.
All right, let's see here. Here's a good one. Ryan, is there a person on tour that you really want to beat each time you bowl against them? And I'll add something to this. Is there a person you love bowling with, regardless if you beat them or not?
Well, the only person I think that I bowled on plenty of occasions and never beat on TV is Sean. So yeah, I really want to get a win against him. Obviously, he beat me again for the title this year, and he's basically single-handedly kept me out of the Hall of Fame. So starting to really get under my skin. And I love to bowl. I bowl doubles with Rhino. I love to bowl with him. He's just so gritty. Always got his head down. He just always gives us all. Always, there's no give up in that kid. So I really enjoy bowling with him. It's been too bad that we haven't really caught fire at all and had a chance to make a show and try to make a run at a title. But I don't think it would take too much for us to be able to run him over.
All right. Now, I want to ask you this because I don't know the answer. Would you rather have a string of cashes or a title?
Well, to make a living, you would think you just want a string of cashes. But we don't really do this for the money. I mean, it's obvious we don't because there ain't a whole lot of guys making any real money. So it's nice. It's nice when you got it. You only got to beat a few guys on the left side, and it's nice to have the titles. So, I mean, there's so many pros and cons both ways, but this is all I know. That's all I know is the feast or famine way. That's all I know is 6 months without a check and then 2 titles. That's the way the tour has it. That's the way I'm used to mentally being, and I don't know any other way. So that's just the way it is, and so I can't say otherwise.
It's definitely not the answer I expected. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. You would think, it's great to not lose money. It's great to check everything, and it would make it a lot less stressful for sure. I have anxiety probably because of this sport, and it's hard to deal with. But I got 8 titles in the U.S. Open, and that's a big trade-off. I'm not okay giving away my 8 titles for a better living.
Sure.
I want one more major or 2 more wins for that Hall of Fame. And if I was stringing cashes together, I'd imagine that goes hand in hand with not winning as much, because that's what the righties is like. They can cash. I mean, they bowl good. The guys that are bowling good, the guys that are really good, they're making cash. They're cashing every week. But they also got to beat 80% more guys. So their titles aren't going to be as easy to come by.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's one or the other. You don't really get both unless you're Belmo or EJ or someone like that. You're not getting both. So yeah, I think I'd keep my 8 titles.
Very nice. Very nice. Do you throw anything besides solids as a speed dominant player, Ryan? Would appreciate your insight on your ball selection and how you implement strategy around them.
Yeah, I mean, I throw a little bit of everything. It's just a matter of what exactly I'm seeing. It's not often on the left side of the lane that we get to have steep angles through the front of the lane and get to use a lot of shape down lane. It's just not the way the patterns are set up, and the way they transition doesn't really allow us to do that. The one I can remember distinctively is I was 18th going into the last round at Sean Rash's tournament in Aurora in 2016, and then we bowled on strip. And I ran into the paddock and I grabbed a freak show, which is that pearl. And I jumped into like 20, and I ran across that house playing anywhere from 18 to like 23 throughout that block. And I ran from 18th to the lead and ended up winning the tournament doing it. The championship match, I bowled JR. and I played more like 15 because we were in the middle of the house, and the ball got through the fronts a little bit better, so I didn't have to chase it as far, which was nice. But that one distinctively stands out to me because throwing a pearl and winning a title, playing 20, that showed me myself that I can do it playing all angles and with any type of shell. I prefer the solids because 95% of the time it's all about shallow angles, and with shallow angles you want your break point as close to you as you can get and still get the ball through the pins. And obviously pearls and hybrids and stuff like that just aren't going to do that. They're not going to allow you to use that front part of the lane. So that's what I got really good at when I came out on tour. Never used to do it, but tour taught me it, and I just happened to really fall into it, liked what I saw, and it really fit my eye. So that's just my go-to. That's what I like to see. So when I'm making TV, a lot of the time, that's what I'm doing. It's just happenstance. I'll do whatever I need to do. I'll throw whatever I need to throw. I have everything. My layouts stay pretty basic, and for me, it's usually like a 4.5, 5 inch, somewhere in there for my basic layout. So the layouts don't change too much. Besides like those trick layouts that are like 2-inch pins that I try to make urethane shapes. That's kind of an anomaly, but I like to use the balls and their technology and just keep the layouts pretty simple.
All right, now going off of that, what's your favorite bowling ball of all time?
It's really hard to pick one, but the one that I distinctively remember making a lot of money with, making shows with, and it didn't matter the patterns and it didn't matter. There was a layout and a surface on that ball that I could stay in it, and that was the Nexus Solid.
Very nice. Very nice. John asks, when you're throwing the ball well, executing like you can, breaks going your way, and you have all the confidence in the world, but what do you do to work through the times when you don't execute or going through a slump?
Besides thinking about quitting and getting a job, and just it's just about just keep. I'll be in the bowling alley way more frequently when I'm in a slump. I'll be trying different things that I'm just try to think outside the box and try things that you don't normally think of or don't think feel right, because something is going to click somewhere. And only I think twice in my career has it ever been so bad that I just put the ball down. And it does come to that sometimes where you just got to step away for whatever. Some people, it could be 2 weeks. I can only remember stepping away for like 6-8 weeks twice ever in my life. And both times really, it really helped. But yeah, I mean, there's always going to be something that clicks, and just keep trying different things. I mean, it's not just your swing. It's not just your footwork. It's everything. Something's going to click at some point, and that's when, I mean, when you get out of a slump, it doesn't progressively happen. It happens in the snap of a finger.
All right. So we got one question for you. What's going on with Big Bowling? Tell us about the new balls. What vision do you, Victor, and the team have planned going forward?
With this pandemic, it's been tough. I'm not convinced that Victor didn't actually get corona. He was completely knocked out for about 4 or 5 weeks. Haven't heard a whole lot from him, but I do talk to Ryan. So I've been updated, and progress is being made. It's just with what happened, and I mean, the timing was so bad for us that I don't really know what's going to happen or what they have really ready. I'm hoping, Rhino's hopeful that when everything gets back up and running, we should have some announcements to make. We should have some balls ready to go. But until then, honestly, I'm kind of in the dark. I don't really know. I don't know enough to just kind of tell you guys.
All right. So I'll ask you one more question. If you weren't bowling, what would you be doing?
I would be a project manager for a construction company. that was my other passion. I love particularly residential. I've always been fascinated with the process of building structures, and I used to labor for my dad, who was a mason. So I watched a lot of neighborhoods get built from the ground up while we did all the brick and stone work, and just kind of fell in love with it and went to school for it. I have an associate's in the arts and sciences of construction engineering, and that's definitely where I would be. And I miss it. It's weird that you miss something you never even got into, but every now and then I get into, just seeing what's out there, seeing if there's even like a way to get into it, and you got to keep your options open. And if something happens and I need to drop the balls and go do something, I got to be ready. So I've been,
Man, we was doing so good.
I miss it, and I love it. So it wouldn't be that bad of a transition for me. Obviously, you miss the competition, you miss the feeling of winning titles. That would never go away. But I think I'd be pretty okay if I was doing that for a living too.
All right. Very nice. Well, Ryan, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Ron, do you have anything else to add?
No, man, I think that's good. I appreciate you jumping on with us, Ryan. I see it's getting dark there pretty quick, so obviously that's a good sign and a good time for us to let you go and for us to jump off here. We've been on for a little more than an hour.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again next Thursday. Ron and I will be together. So we will have one picture. It looks like Ron's frozen again. That's okay, though. But again, thanks everyone for joining in. We will have more information on next week's CtD Tech Thursday. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. We post who's going to be joining us, if we'll have a special guest on the Facebook page, on my Facebook as well, Ron's Facebook. You can pretty much find it if you're connected to either of us. So we hope to see you next week. Ron, have an awesome night. And thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Talk to y'all soon.
You too. Thanks.